Determine the value of x that makes the following a true statement. And so here we have 7 times 10 raised to the power of 4 multiplied by 3 times 10 raised to the power of x, all divided by 21 times 10 raised to the power of negative 8. And all this is equal to 1. And so what we have here is this equation. And notice, let's focus on the numerator. Notice that we have this 7 and this 3. So we're going to bring them together. So we have 7 times 3. And then we have 10 to the power of 4 and 10 to the power of x. And so we bring these two terms together. So the terms that have base 10, we put them together. And our numbers, we put them together as well. Next, we say, what is 7 times 3? Well, 7 times 3 is 21. So we multiply these two. And let's multiply these two. Well, we have two terms that have the same base. And so whenever you have two terms that have the same base and you're multiplying them, you have to add the powers. And so it's going to be 4 plus x. And so we have 10 raised to the power of 4 plus x. Okay, so now we have 21 times 10 raised to the power of 4 plus x divided by 21 times 10 to the power of negative 8 is equal to 1. Next, we have 21 divided by 21, which we have here. 21 divided by 21. And we have that multiplied by 10 to the power of 4 plus x all over 10 to the power of negative 8. And so we cancel this 21 with this 21. And so we are just left with 10 to the power of 4 plus x all over 10 to the power of negative 8 is equal to 1. We have two terms that have the same base, and we want to divide them. Now, whenever you have two terms that have the same base and you're dividing them, you have to subtract the powers. And so what do we have? Well, we have 10 raised to the power of 4 plus x minus negative 8, because we have to subtract the powers. And that should be equal to 1. Now, a negative times a negative is definitely a positive. So we have 4 plus x plus 8, because a negative times a negative is a positive. And now we take 1 and we express 1 as 10 to the power of 0, because 10 to the power of 0 is definitely 1. Now, if we have the same base, right? If we have the same base, then that means that the powers are equal, all right? So if we have the same base, and in this case, we do have the same base, then that means that the powers or the exponents are equal. And so what does that mean? Well, that means that 4 plus x plus 8 must be equal to 0. And so let's solve this equation. 4 plus x plus 8 is equal to 0. Next, we say, we take this 4 and we combine it with this 8. So we have 4 plus 8, and 4 plus 8 is 12. So we have x plus 12 is equal to 0. We take the positive 12 and send it over the equal sign. It becomes negative 12. And so we have x is equal to 0 minus 12. And 0 minus 12 is negative 12. So that means that x is equal to negative 12. And that's the answer to this particular question.